one of the greatest cross-country Olympic mountain bike rider ever.
A lovely view here over the town of Huskvarna and Jönköping in the southern part of Sweden, and it's the big lake here is Lake Vättern, the second largest lake in Sweden. On your bottom part of the picture there you have the hills that the riders will climb today, this right here being the switchback that leads the riders up to the Waffle House.
Yeah, that's right. And worth to mention is also that we have 3 other Swedes. Amongst them we have Martin Zetterberg, living here in Jönköping Huskvarna, and he took the bronze medal a couple of days ago in the cross-country eliminations. Super happy, of course, with that. We also have Max Wiklund Helstadius competing for Sweden, and Adam Gustafsson. Adam's living just in the city next to Huskvarna called Eksjö. So he's also well known with this track and these surroundings.
Yes, almost a local rider, him too.
Yes.
1 minute to go to start. This is the final day of the European Champions, so a lot of medals still to be handed out. A lot of hopefuls out on the track and in the crowds today.
Yes, we have 71 riders lining up on the start grind, waiting for the start signal.
Yes, and they, as you can see here, they have 50 meters straight forward on the gravel before they take a right-hand turn. So we're probably going to see a really quick start once more.
Yes, I can almost feel their heartbeats. So let's kick this day off. 15 seconds. It's so quiet, you can hear the birds.
And they're off.
Oh, they're off. Problems immediately. It looked like that was problem from one of the favorites, Simon Andreasen. That was not the start he wanted. No. Heading way back down the field, and now he have to put in a lot of effort to make his way up.
Yes, even here on the start loop that will take the riders around Moose Lake before reaching the first technical area. The start loop is wide. There's a lot of space to make up some positions.
Yes, but you have to... everybody's going high speed here, so you have to find that extra gear to take some positions. But I guess if somebody's going to do it, it's Simon Andreasen.
Yeah, you can see the riders passing on the other side of Moose Lake there. They're a bit stretched out now.
You can see they're going 2 by 2 around the Moose Lake. Soon they will hit the first single track, and then they will go on out on the finish straight for the first time.
Yes, the single track here behind the arena is really nice, good flow, and with a pump turn that you might have seen on some pictures from EuroMTB. Follow the hashtag EuroMTB.
Yes, there you have some great shots, and you can see the riders' Instagram profiles and what they think about the course and what they think about Jönköping and Huskvarna. So now we see the riders pass the finish straight for the first time, waiting for them, and it will be interesting to see how this start loop has unfolded.
Yes, and we'll see the riders right before the fall of Fia, a steep downhill, and here they are. They're already on the straight here before heading out on their laps.
Yes, and it's Titouan Caro, who had a great start, it seems like, having a couple of meters already. But I guess it's very early in this race. A lot is going to happen.
Yeah, and you can see there's a couple of gaps here even after the start loop, and the riders, are furiously making their way out.
Yes, over Poles Bridge, Stefans Bridge, Going down a little bit of a rocky section before hitting the first downhill, as you see here. After this left corner that they take, they're going down a short but tricky rock garden. Then they're going down to the bottom of the hill to start the climb.
Yes, and that will be the switchback climb heading up towards the Waffle House. Yeah, he has a bit of a gap there already.
It's Titouan Caro leading the race. It seems like he leads the race in front of the other his teammate Viktor Koretsky, one of today's favorites and a good climber. It's a furious pace uphill already. Of course, it's important to stretch out the field, to feel how the legs is for the day. Is the shape okay? It looks like it's okay for both Caro and for Koretsky. Third one uphill was Jan Wassel, followed by Marcel Guerini. Here's the first Swede. That was Emil Linde. Good start there by Emil Linde. There we have Peter Fagerhaug. Here we have it was number 6, Roman Siegel is running with the bike. Probably some kind of problem. That's a shame for him. It's a long way to the tech zone from here. So that was probably the day for Roman Siegel, the French guy.
Terrible day to start like that, of course.
Yeah, that a real shame, of course, for him. Not what he had hoped for today.
No, but that's the downside of racing. Anything can happen, even at the European Championships.
Absolutely.
And the riders are making their way up the switchbacks here.
Yes, and here we have Adam Gustafsson, the Swede from Eksjö Cycle Club.
At the bottom there of the Ostrich Hill, you could see the electric bike that leads the pack. And this is the electric bike that ends the pack. So we'll soon have the riders at the bottom of Ostrich Hill after the fast downhill.
Yes, and it still seems to be a little bit of a gap for Titouan Caro, followed by Viktor Koretsky and Jan Wassel. It's stretched out a little bit in the downhill. You can make a couple of seconds if you're a real fast and technical rider. Yes,
and they want to do this downhill quick and get good momentum towards the next uphill here. It's long and steep. So here we have the riders getting into the tech zone.
Yes, and now it looks like it's still Titouan Caro, followed by Viktor Koretsky. That's Jan Wassel going there for Czech Republic. Marcel Guerini, I had a sight of him, and you see, it isn't all that easy. The climb is steep, and you have this section with rocks that make it even harder.
Exactly, the riders have to get out of the saddle there, and of course that disturbs your momentum and might burn your legs a bit.
That's right, that's right. So still no Simon Andreasen. I think that's Sebastian Kastenfini, who is the Dane that you see in top. There's Andreasen. Okay, he made his way up good, but still have some gap to close to the two French rider and Jan Wassel.
Yes, and Swede Emil Linde is still in good position there.
Really good start there by Emil.
And now the riders are making the traverse across Ostrich Hill here,
yes.
Where they are soon at the steepest part of the climb.
That's right, and we saw that Koretsky making an effort to close the gap to Titouan, but Titouan still has a couple of meters. After this climb they will hit the woods again, going on a single track before we see them going downhill for the second time. Great speed by the Titouan there.
Definitely, he looks very comfortable climbing, and Koretsky of course also looks comfortable getting out of the saddle there to push his way up the last part of the steep section here.
It doesn't look that steep, but it's really steep, but these riders has an impressive speed here uphill.
Yes.
There we see Sebastian Fini Carstensen from Denmark, the winner of the first World Cup race this year for the men under 23. And there we have Andreasen taking some positions. Emil Linde in between two bunches of riders, going on easy gears, high cadence.
And we'll soon see the now riding down the ostrich hill, the top of the ostrich hill. And on the downhill here they have a bit of a technical section, a difficult turn that we yesterday could see caused some problems for some riders.
So the riders will take on 6 laps on this course, and here we have Tituan going down this downhill section.
Yeah, it takes the
Swiss line, as we call it after yesterday.
Yes.
You see all the Swiss riders take... No, okay, this is a change there. Gurini take the inside line, doing that real well too, followed by Jan Wassel.
I guess Gurini didn't get that memo. We saw yesterday all the Swiss riders doing the left hand lane there.
Ben Svanhoff, Sebastian Fini Carstensen. Here's Simon Andreasen taking positions all the time. There we have a Latvian rider. That was Martins Blooms. Great start by the Latvian rider, Emil Linde. Great start by Emil too. Here we have a couple of other Danish riders. The Danes are on fire today.
Yes.
I have 4 of them top 10 almost. Then we had the first Italian rider, another French one, Vassel, and another Czech one. We will follow them here through the technical section, and next time we will see the leading. The lead is when they pass the Moose Lake again. Here we have some Norwegians going downhill, Israelian, Germany. Already a lot of clouds here in the downhill.
Yes, and as you can see already at this part of the track there are gaps, and time is growing for the leaders.
Yes, the climbs really sort this race out immediately.
Yes.
They are so tough. Yeah, these young guys doing this without any problems. There's Max Wiklund Hellstadius, the Swede, and here's... That must be... No, I didn't see who it was for the Swedes. Norwegian races. We have 27 nations here in Huskvarna for these European Championships competing. And almost 400 riders, if you count them all.
Yeah. And there is the electric bike at the end of the pack, so everyone has passed this technical section at the top of the ostrich hill, and we'll see them next time as they are making their way up again. There's a downhill course that we can't see here, but it's really fast and flowing, and a nice jump that we saw yesterday on Julien Absalon's Instagram.
Yeah, I stand by the course a couple of days ago, see him training, and when he came down those jumps and into the berms, it felt like a motorbike. So extremely powerful. Long jump, taking it landing on the back wheel like a motorbike, and just pushed. I was stoked standing beside the track there, seeing him coming.
Yes, of course, very exciting to see those top riders trying out the course here.
Yes, and now there are the leading pack is heading around the Moose Lake. We will soon see them pass in front of us here.
Yeah,
it's
here they are.
Still, as I can see on their jerseys, it's still Tituan Caro and Viktor Koretsky having a couple of meters down to next rider. And that's Marcel Gurini. I thought I saw the Swiss cross there. This is Jan Wassel, number 4 in this race so far. then there's quite a gap down to next rider. Now we're waiting for the Danes, Sebastian Fini Carstensen and Simon Andreasen, and here it looks like we have two of those red-shirted Danes. It also looks like a Dutch, one of the Dutch riders.
Yes, that might have been Emil Linde on their back there too.
Yeah, that might have been. Here we have them. Now here's Emil Linde.
Yeah, there is. Yeah.
Going with Italian and Swiss, and then we have another two of the Danes.
Yeah. So remember before this section right here, where we see them on the other side of the Moose Lake, they have done another long climb and then through the single track in the forest.
And that was the climb that sorted the women's elite race, the women's under 23 race out yesterday, seeing Sina Frey overtake and
outclimb.
Outclimb Jenny Risvets with 30 seconds in just that climb.
Yes,
so
that's right.
It's a lot to be done there. So here they're going down the fall of Fia for the first time of this day. It's still Titouan Caro leading the race. He's done that since the start, but now he has company with Viktor Koretsky. Great start by these two French riders. Then we have a couple of seconds back. It's Marcel Gurini. Marcel, he did a great lap on the cross-country relay this Thursday. As he was one of those 4 Swiss riders taking the gold medal. That was Jan Wassel we saw before, and here's going downhill is...
That's a German rider.
Yeah, that was a German rider who has been climbing well.
That might be Georg Ecker.
Georg Egger or Ben Sweinhoff. We will see when they pass the finish rate.
And we'll soon have the split times for you here as they go out on the next lap.
Yes, and they're going really fast. It's 50 minutes including the start loop. We will see race times, lap times around 13 minutes and 30 seconds.
That's a fast lap, all right. Of course, everyone is really psyched to get going, and we'll see if they show any signs of wear as we proceed here.
Yes.
So leading after first lap, Titouan Caro.
Yes, and followed by Viktor Koretsky, and then 13 seconds back we have Marcel Gurini, and then another 18 seconds we have Jan Wassel.
And that was Ben Swiehoff in 5th place.
Yeah, that was the quickest rider from Germany today. Great starter by Swiehoff, and there we have Martin Blums, Simon Andreasen, Sebastian Fini Carstensen, Milan Wader. Simon Andreasen had a real bad start, didn't get his feet in the pedal, or some problem with the chain probably, losing a lot of ground in that start.
That's right, and
trying to make that up now, but he's already lost 50 seconds.
And 10th place after the first lap, André Frischknecht. 11th, Emil Linde, Sweden. 12th, Nadir Koledani, Italy. 13th, Jonas Lindberg, Denmark. 14th, Malik Prurek, Czech Republic. 15th, Raphael Gay, France. Followed by Maximilian Foil from Austria.
And as riders passing the finish line, we now see Titouan Caro and Viktor Koretsky going uphill the switchback climb. So they already got a lot of seconds down to the first 20 riders.
We have something of a team time trial at the front of the race right now.
Yes, as it looks now, there's still a lot of laps to go, of course, but the French guys set up an incredible pace from start, and nobody has been able to follow. It's been too quick. Here's one who's going really fast now. It's Ben Swiehoff, taking positions all the time, starting with bib number 21. Martin Blums, the Latvian guy, also doing a great race so far, followed by Simon Andreasen, Milan Wader, and Sebastian Fini Carstensen. Here's another couple doing great races so far. André Frischknecht, home favorite, Emil Linde, reigning European Championship champion in cross-country elimination.
And we now see the lead pack soon at the bottom here of the Ostrich Hill after the downhill section across the rock garden.
Yes, and here we have some other riders, not top 15 yet in this race. Yes, here Karo Koretsky going downhill, going all together. Doesn't seem like they're having any problems in the downhills. Last time we saw them at the finish line and got a checkpoint, there was 30 seconds between them and the third placed rider, Marcel Gurini. Now it's more.
Yes, about 20 seconds there.
Yeah. And next rider we will see is probably John Vassel from Czech Republic. And here they already are passing the tech zone and the feed zone. Both of them seem comfortable so far, riding hardtail bikes.
Yes, grabbing a bottle there, taking a sip and then letting it go. They don't want the extra weight going up this hill.
It can be hard to start this early. It's not even 10 a.m. here in Huskvarna, Sweden. But the upside with that is that it isn't that hot yet. It's around 16-18 degrees, sunny, no wind, so it's perfect conditions for cross-country Olympic riding.
Yes, maybe they have slept on their rollers tonight to make sure that their legs are fresh in this early.
Yeah. So we're waiting for Jan Vassal. We saw Marcel Gurini going through the tech zone. Here Jan Vassal also riding a hardtail bike. We see a lot of hardtail bikes today. And then Ben Svajov. Oh, some problem here for Jan Vassal. That's a shame for him.
Yes, as you know, in a short, tight race like this with the long uphills, you can't really afford any technicals. We really hope that Jan Vassal is soon back again chasing.
Yeah, you see it takes a little bit time to change the wheels when you don't have the quick releases anymore. But the new through axles, they're a little bit more stiff, so that's the big advantage with that one.
Exactly. Technical progress always leads to some backlash, of course.
Yes. Still Titouan and Viktor Koretsky in the lead. Keep on pushing here in the longest uphill of the day. Soon on the top of this Ostrich Hill, passing the beer tent.
Yeah, they look really comfortable riding this hill.
Really comfortable, and they are the quickest on this track for the moment, making time to the rest or every pedal stroke almost. There's Gurini, and soon we will see the time gap between Koretsky and Titouan Karo and Gurini. Last time it was 13 seconds. It feels like it's a couple of seconds more now.
Yes, I think they had almost 20 seconds at the start of this climb up the Ostrich Hill.
Yes, now it's 23 seconds. So keeping it together good. Still Gurini doesn't lose that much time to the two French riders. And then we see Svajov climbing. I think Svajov also is going really fast at the moment.
Yeah, what we learned yesterday was that the leaders were able to gain about 15 seconds per lap.
Yeah, each time they go up the long climb, they make around 15 seconds if they keep the same pace as they did laps before. If you compare them to the other riders.
Yes.
Andreasen makes his way up the field, is now in 5th place, though he has lost an hour of 10 seconds to Koretsky and Titouan, but it's the same as the other riders. But he's now up for contention for the bronze medal, it looks like. And this is the first year for Andreasen as under 23 riders, so he still have a couple of years competing in this class.
That's right, and he's also a great cyclocross rider.
Yes, junior world champion 2 years ago, so he really knows how to handle a cyclocross bike too. That was Ben Schweihoff is over there going downhill, and here we see them on the downhill course, hitting the last long uphill through the woods on this race.
Yes, that's the third uphill, and that will lead him up again towards the arena around the Moose Lake.
Yes. There we saw the Italian Nadir Colidani. He also did a cross-country elimination. Here Ben Schweihoff chasing Marcel Guerini.
Taking on the third hill.
And after him we saw a little glimpse of Simon Andreasen.
A couple of riders making their way down the technical top part there of the Ostrich Hill.
Yes, and there's still top 10 riders going down here, so as you can see, the gaps are really big already on this second lap. Still a lot of laps to go.
Yeah, if you want to stay in contention on this tough climbing track, you really need to have a good start.
Some problem there for the Italian rider, and clipped the pedal, but made it down safely. That was
Ian Petton.
Ian Petton from Great Britain. He did also ride the cross-country relay a couple of days ago,
Yes,
taking 4th place for Great Britain.
Exactly. Great Britain has their medals going now and are probably hungry for more.
Yeah, taking gold yesterday in junior women's competition with Sophie Wright, and the bronze medal in the women under 23 competition with Evie Richards.
Yes, really impressive climbing by Sophie Wright.
Yes, she was a really good climber, looking a little bit like Chris Froome with high speed and high cadence when attacking. There we had Martin Zetterberg, the home favorite, the bronze medal from the cross-country elimination, going downhill here. He's a great downhill rider. I'm not sure, but I think he took the medal in the Swedish downhill championship a couple of years ago.
Yeah, so a very technical rider too, of course.
Yes.
Explosive.
Yes, explosive and technical, but that's not all you need to be on this course. You also have to be a great climber. That was Dennis Wahlqvist. I forgot to mention Dennis before. We have five Swedes today. Dennis Wahlqvist competing for Alingsås Cycle Club, or Serneke Allebike Racing Team, from Alingsås.
That's right, and you could see the two leading French riders at the other side of the Moose Lake there. We will soon have them riding down the Fall of Fia into the arena area, and we'll have time splits for you as they go out on the next lap.
Here we have Guerini on 3rd place. And behind him we have, last time we saw them, there was Ben Schweihoff, and he was haunted by Simon Andreasen. So let's see if they are together, or if Ben still have a couple of seconds on Simon.
Yes, it's a long hill to get up to this part of the arena again. And if you're a good climber, of course, you can eat some time up.
Yes, and we saw Ben Schweihoff pass by the Moose Lake, and then we have Andreasen, and that might be Jan Wassel up on the bike again after his technical problem. He looks like Milan Vader, the Dutch rider. Now we will have the riders going down the Fall of Fia in just a minute here, in just a couple of seconds. Here they are. The two French riders still together out on the 2nd lap, soon be hitting the 3rd lap. It's Victor Koretsky and Titouan Caro. It's now Victor Koretsky deciding the pace. It's a great gap. Already back to Marcel Guerini, the Swiss riders.
Yes, and remember they have 6 laps on this course, and they will soon start their third.
France have had a really good championship so far, with a silver medal in the relay and a silver medal yesterday for Hélène Clausel in juniors women's race. And also, of course, gold and bronze in the junior men's race.
Yes, here they are with Viktor Koretsky leading the pack here with Titouan Kao on second.
Yes, it looks a little bit like the women's under 23, where we have Sina Frey and Jenny Riswitz getting a big gap already out on the second lap. And then they went together for a couple of laps before Sina Frey left Jenny behind.
Yes, it'll be interesting to see if the French riders here can match each other, or if someone decides to leave the other behind.
Here we have Marcel Gurini. He was 23 seconds back at the top of the climb, and now he has lost another 10 seconds or more. Yeah, now we have his 40 seconds. He has 40 seconds up to the two leaders, losing another 10 seconds. So it's going to be hard for Marcel to catch up with these two guys, unless they blow up completely on the climbs. But they so far seem comfortable attacking, going fast uphill.
Yes, and as you can see they're out of the saddle, so they doesn't look troubled yet with the uphills here. They're attacking the climbs right now.
Yeah. And it wasn't Jan Vassel who had joined Andreasen, it was the Latvian rider Martin Blooms. But there have 1 minute and 20 seconds up to the two leaders. Closing in though, just 40 seconds up to Gurini, so they're taking 10 seconds on Gurini since last checkpoint. Here's Jan Vassel, followed by Emil Linde, so Emil Linde going really strong by now.
Yes, Jan Vassel had a bit of a technical there earlier, and it's great to see he's back and still in 10th place.
Marcel Gurini going up. So, best Scandinavian so far, Simon Andreasen, then we have Emil Linde, Jonas Lindberg, the other Dane. Can't see any Norwegian rider yet, but guess they will come by soon. Here we have Petter Fagerhaug. Followed by the Sebastian Finne Carstensen, who had a great start, followed the leaders for half the first lap, but now he's been falling through the field. Sebastian winning the first under 23 World Cup in Cairns. See Ian Patton passing, and then we have Caro and Koretsky going on the up the ostrich hill in just a couple of minutes, couple of moments. Linde is following Jan Vassel. Vassel is
yeah, Jan Vassel finished 15th place in the under 23 in Cairns, and I'm sure Emil Linde will be happy to try to attach to his back.
Yeah, through the feed zone, Viktor Koretsky, Titouan Caro. Viktor Koretsky setting the pace, and Titouan Caro follows him.
That's right, and Viktor Koretsky finished 55th place in the elite men in Cairns this spring, and Titouan Caro finished third in the under 23 category.
Here we see the rest of the field going uphill the first climb, so they have a lot of time to take on the rest of the leaders, but it's big time gaps on this course, just like yesterday in the women's under 23 race.
And leaders here are soon to be seen making the traverse on the ostrich hill, reaching the steepest part of the track with a maximum gradient of 21.
Yes, 21%. Here you see them. The average grade is 16% on this climb, and it takes them about 2 to 2.5 minutes from the bottom to the top.
Yeah, so a long climb, and of course, on a cross-country track like this, the gradient varies, so it's a bit difficult to find rhythm.
Yeah, and we see Viktor Koretsky out of the saddle and Tituan Kao sitting behind him. Still no attacking. It's maybe too early in this race. These two riders seems to be comfortable going together so far. Koretsky hitting a little bit of gas there in the steep part. Here we have, I think that's Adam Gustafsson from the nearby club Eksjö Cycle Club. And here we have a rider from Israel. That was Gyniv, followed by number 61. That's Erik Pettersen from Norway. Another Norwegian there. That was Erik Hagestad. And here we have Dennis Wahlqvist.
Trying to get past the Dane there, but then having to slow down so he could make comfortable turn.
Yeah, and that could be a little bit irritating. Have to slow down on an uphill and to find the pace again, push a little extra power on the pedal to get on. Take a lot of effort.
Yes, and the guy in the pink hat and pink jacket right there is Martin Zetterberg's father.
Yeah, that's Göran Zetterberg, and he's one of the two race directors here today. Here we see the leaders. They have passed the single track section after the ostrich hill, and now they're going downhill again.
So Koretsky leading the two downhill here, no problem with that technical section.
Yes, and after this technical section, they're going down on the downhill course here in Huskvarna. They have a jump and some pumps, and a couple of nice berms. Here we can see that the split, and it's now 50 seconds between Koretsky, Kao, and Gurini. So Gurini is still losing 10 seconds more. And it looks like also Ben Zweihoff is losing a couple of more seconds to the two leaders.
I think we could see there that Emil Linde was climbing just ahead of Jan Wassel.
Yes, and we see here that Nadir Koledani, the Italian, has made his way up the field. He's now in 5th place, going together with Andreasen, Blooms, Frischknecht. They have around 50 seconds up to the bronze medal.
Yes, and we're now we're back here at the Ostrich Hill. And we'll soon have the two French leaders at making their way up the 3rd climb.
Yes, and here we have Gurini going down this downhill section with a lot of nice berms and jumps. And this is the start of the 3rd uphill into the woods.
Yeah, that uphill is not that steep, but a bit of rocky parts.
Yes, as you said, not that steep, but it's long. It takes also around 2 minutes, and have a couple of difficult passage uphill with some rocks and some roots. So you have to have good timing and hit the pedals on the right way to get traction. So if you make a mistake there, and you can lose a lot of time.
Yes, it's not a climb where you can be in your saddle the whole way. You have to get out at different parts, and then you reach the top for a single track that is technical with rocks and roots before they go back into the arena area and around the Moose Lake.
Yes, and here we have Nadir Koldani, Simon Andreasen, and Andri Frischknecht. It seems like Martin Blooms is losing a little bit time now on the others. Here we have Milan Vader trying to catch the four rider in front of him. Here we see number 43. Seems like he has some problems with the bike.
Yes, Jodok Salzman from Austria. Either a problem with the bike or just needing that extra brake after all the climbs here.
Yes, maybe he has blown up. No more good legs for him today. Emil Linde still in front of Jan Wassel, which is really impressive. No, that's not Jan Wass. Let's see. Yeah, number 4, Jan Wassel, sorry. I thought I saw another thing on the checkpoint list. No problems for these riders going down here. Steep section and then a narrow turn to the right. You have to keep the wheels in the right line, not to fall over. But of course these riders are really technical and skilled. Here we have some fans waiting for the riders on follow FIA.
50% of the race, 6 laps in this U23 man competition.
Koretsky, that's Koretsky and Titouan still together after the long climb in the woods, going out on their 4th lap soon.
Yeah, so we'll soon be about halfway through the race here, and we have some big time gaps.
Yes, but still a really interesting race with the 2 French guiders in front, and we have a little bit of a fight for the bronze medal too, with Ben Zweihoff in his way to try to close the gap to Marcel Guerini.
At 3 o'clock this afternoon, there's the race for the elite men, 11:30.
See some riders further back in the field going up. There we have Marcel Guerini. He still have what seems to be a good lead on Ben Zweihoff. It was 30 seconds between Guerini and Zweihoff when you saw them last time on the top of the climb.
Yes, and probably a lot of you viewers here that are trying to help us out with the correct pronunciations of the riders' names here, and I hope you can bear with us here as we're trying our best.
Yes, here's Titouan Caro and Victor Koretsky. I've been living in France for a year, so I hope I get my French pronunciation okay.
Yes, and now that it's out, you have the pressure on.
Yeah, I can do the next session on French. Bien. Allez Koretsky, allez Titouan. Encore 3 laps.
It's great, Gustav. Just keep going.
Yes, I think I will keep on doing this in English. We're waiting for Marcel Guerini to go down the follow FIA, and at the same time we will have Titouan and Victor passing the finish straight. So here we have them. It's Titouan who's setting the pace now. We've seen Victor going 1 lap in front, and now it's up to Titouan to set the pace.
Yes, and of course the riders gets the time gaps from their crew around the course here, and I'm sure that they just want to slowly build the time gap down to the 3rd place right now without using too much power.
Yeah, that's right. And then we maybe see a mind game between those 2 guys. I guess they know each other pretty well. Of course, France is a big country, but these 2 riders are born the same year and have probably done a lot of racing together and against each other.
That's right, and Victor Koretsky has done some elite man riding, and Titouan Kaoud has done some under 23 racing this year, but I'd be surprised if they don't know their weaknesses.
Yes, that's right. So here we have them. Caro setting the pace in front of Victor Koretsky. Koretsky is the little more decorated rider of these two. He had the second place in last year's World Championship. And here we see Gurini going over the finish straight, 1 minute and 5 seconds back, losing another 20 seconds to the two leaders after the latest checkpoint. Can you see something on their faces? Looks like it's hurt a little bit, but that's normal on this climb.
Yeah, it looks like the poker face of the first laps have now changed into a bit more expression, with the jerseys a bit more undone. The heat here from riding the uphills is getting to them.
Yeah, I mean, I also have seen Ben Swahoff on the finish straight. He's 35 seconds down on Gurini. So he is also losing a little bit time.
And here's a bunch battling out to get into the Stefan's Bridge first.
Yeah, that was a great pace there in that group. They have 30 seconds up to Ben Swahoff, but still 1 minute and 15 seconds to catch Gurini in third place.
Yes, and a Finnish rider and a Swedish rider at the bottom there to start the third climb. So I don't think the leaders are far behind them.
No.
And remember, if a rider is passed by the leaders on the laps here, they get to finish their laps but not finish the race.
And here's Emelinda, got company by Stefano Valdrigi, the Italian, and Jan Vassel. There's also a rider from Czech Republic in front of them, Maciej Prudek. And on 11th place we have Luca Schwarzenbauer from Germany. And we now see up the switchback. It's the fight for 5th place with Nadir Koledani in front. And here we have the two race leaders passing through the feed zone. When looks like Viktor Koretsky overtake Tituan there. Maybe he will try something here on the climb. Or he just wants to set his own pace.
Exactly. Taking turns on the uphills here.
Seems like he got a couple of meters there. Maybe it was just temporary. We'll see when they hit the steepest part.
Definitely, they're now climbing up again. And I'm gonna make the traverse across the ostrich hill.
A little bit further down the field, but still good racing from these guys. Here we have Emelinda. Emelinda is on fighting for a top 10 position, following Stefano Valdrigi here in the uphill climb. Italia looks really good, really good speed for Italian on the climb.
Yes, and the riders here competing at the cross-country Olympic distance, of course, want to make a good result with the Olympic Games in Rio this year.
Yes, of course.
Some hopefuls that might be able to go there.
The competition is, of course, really, really hard for riders in the French team or the Swiss team with so many good riders. But, of course, with Koretsky, maybe not in these Olympics, but real big talent who can make it to the 2020 Olympics in Tokyo, maybe. They're still together. Koretsky in front, setting the pace, attacking a little bit, or going a little bit harder here on the steepest part before going up to the top of the ski slope and into the woods again.
Yeah, I think that's what's really exciting about watching this under 23 races here, both the women's and the men's race, is that we have the future stars here. And I'm sure in a couple of years we'll all mention and pronounce their names correctly.
Yeah, that's right. We all know who Viktor Koretsky is, and we all know who Tituan Caro is. Here is further back in the fields, riders going out on their fourth lap.
I think that was the Norwegian rider there.
Yeah. So rider from Poland, that's Jakob Samorinciniak.
Followed by Andrin Belli from Switzerland.
So you can see there is a lot of photographers all around the course, and if you want to see great photos, we suggest that you follow the EuroMTB Instagram account and watch the hashtag EuroMTB. Dennis Wahlqvist, 3 laps to go for him. Dennis is also a good cyclocross rider. He's been representing Sweden in a couple of international races.
And the French leaders now making their way down the bit technical downhill here at the top of Ostrich Hill.
Yes, and Titouan really don't want to leave Viktor Koretsky, so he's glued into his wheels. Here we have Martin Zetterberg. Martin competing for EF Halbin mountain bike, one of the local clubs. And here we have some problems. Oh, that's a shame. It's Giulio Bertolini. He was in contention for top 10 position. At the same time we see, this is great to see Koretsky and Caro going down the downhill course here and hitting the next uphill. So 2.5 laps to go.
Yes, 2.5 laps to go for the leaders, and that downhill course right there is probably one of the favorite parts of the track for the riders. No pedaling, but fast downhill with a jump and some nice burns.
Yes, not a great day for Giulio Bertolini, but he's up on his bike. Here we have Dennis Wahlqvist again fighting his way up the field.
Yes, trying to catch Well van der Stegen there.
Yeah, the Dutch rider. And try to distance the rider from Latvia, Petris Janvicievich. His teammate Martin Blooms did a great start, was up on 4th place for a couple of laps, but now he's losing a little bit time. So here's the next time gaps. Gurini is losing a little bit more time, just 5 seconds this time. And we have Ben Zweihoff chasing Gurini, but he's 45 seconds back. And chasing Gurini is Nadir Koledanis and Simon Andreasen and André Freisknecht. So Koledani and Andreasen goes together, trying to catch up with Ben Zweihoff, who is in between Gurini and this chasing pack. Further back we see Imelinde has been passing the checkpoint in 14th place, still in front of Jan Wassel, but he has lost Stefano Valdrigi and Simon Witsum.
And the first Norwegian, Petter Fagerhaug, is in 16th place. And we have another Dane, Jonas Lindberg, right now in 17th place.
So next time we see the leaders will be when they pass the Moose Lake before hitting the Fall of Fia and going out on their 5th lap. Just 2 laps to go next time they pass the finish straight. So it starts to be time to see what we will have of this.
Yes, and after a furious first lap, they now have done 2 more laps. I'm sure that the riders are now starting to feel a bit tired.
Yes, and here we have Martin Blooms, the Latvian rider, still keeping it up really good in 9th place. Followed by Maciej Prudek from Czech Republic. And then we have further up the hill Luca Schwarzbauer from Germany. That's the 11th place rider. So here's the Moose Lake, and here we have the nations flags. 27 nations competing here in this EuroMTB in Huskvarna, Sweden.
Yes, a European Championship that is organized by 4 local cycling clubs. It's IK Hakarpsborgarna, Hallby, and Jönköping Cycling Club, and of course our cycling club Lalle Prestanka.
Yes, that's right. It's really good to see the local clubs working together to put up an event like this. So far, successful with a lot of crowds, good racing, fair tracks,
And beautiful weather.
and beautiful weather. We have spoke about it earlier. It's around the 16, 17 degrees, probably rising now. Sun is shining, no wind at all. We have had good weather for a week now, so the track is hard and dry and dusty. And the week before we had around 5-6 degrees, rain and snow. So it can switch fast here in Sweden, so we're happy that the race is this week and not the week before.
Yes, that's of course one of the really good works done by the project manager of the European Championships, Erik Abrahamsson.
Yeah, he's ordered good weather for this weekend and he really managed to pull it off.
And we have the leaders.
The leaders down Folofia still together. This is going to be really interesting to see how this will unfold. Viktor Koretsky setting the pace in front of Titu Caro. They have been doing that since almost the first pedal stroke. Caro was first out of the start box, first out of the start loop, and then they had made a gap already in the first climb of the day.
And they're soon going to pass the finish line again, and we'll have some time splits to see if they have grown the distance to third place.
Yes, and in third place we have Marcello Gurini, and he was 1 minute and 10 seconds back when we saw them on the top of the climb.
And we can see that now they're pulling an emergency gel.
Yes, in the same time, so I guess they have their extra energy in the same time also.
Yeah, I wonder what flavor they are using.
I guess they have baguette flavors on their gels, the French guys.
Probably. And what would Greeny have in his gel?
I put my money on Gruyere flavor.
Oh, I would love to try that.
Yes. So please, if you are if you make energy gels, make one in with Gruyere flavors for Marcus.
Yes, please.
Next one down Folofia is Marcel Gurini, and maybe he's already passed.
Yes, he has already passed, and we'll soon see him on the finish straight here.
Yes. So waiting for Ben Zweihoff, I would guess, the German rider. And he's that's a long way back, long way up to these two, and it's Titu who's setting the pace. Maybe it seems like Titu Caro wants to be first in the first downhill, and now he is going fast. But that's a little bit.
Yes, it's deceiving there, as Viktor Koretsky grabbed a short squirt of water from his bottle, and he's back on his wheel again.
Yes, Koretsky looks strong. He has a couple of meters, but I'm sure that he will take that gap easily. Yes, now he's back. So, Tituan Caro, Viktor Koretsky. Who would it be? 2 laps to go. Chasing them is Marcelo Gurini. He's not losing time anymore. He's going strong. 1 minute and 5 seconds back the leaders.
A couple of riders going down the Folofia there.
Yes, this is the fight for the 6th, 7th, 8th place. We have Andrei Freischknecht, Simon Andreasen, and the Italian.
And here's Greeny heading up the switchbacks up to the Waffle House.
Yes, Gurini is still looking strong, trying to secure his bronze medal, unless the Tituan Victor is doing something. Yes, if they're blowing up or if they're just lose the energy. But they seem to have control of this, Karo and Koretsky, and surely have one more gear to give.
Yes, what do you think the difference is between riding like Gurini here on his own and compared to the two leaders that can take turns?
Me myself, I think it's a little bit easier to sit on the wheel, letting another rider set the pace. You can push yourself a little bit extra, but if you compare with road racing, the advantages aren't that big.
That's right. So you might be able to push each other well and make sure that you don't have a momentary lapse where you relax too much. But it seems like Marcel Guerini is doing a great job at keeping his own pace up.
Yeah, he is finding his pace and going really good right now. He has 1 minute down to Ben Zweihoff in 4th place, so it looks good for the bronze. Karo Koretsky taking some water or energy drink. Going in on the next part of this climb. Up the little bit technical section here, no problem at all. You have to push a little extra to go over those rocks. Two laps to go. Nadir Kolidani is in 5th place, followed by André Frischknecht and Simon Andreasen.
And the first Swede is still Emil Linde in 14th place, with John Bastel now down to 16th place.
Yes, and Frischknecht, Andreasen and Wader still have 45 seconds up to Ben Zweihoff. So even if here's a rider who has been down, that's number 14.
That is
Milan Wader.
Milan Wader. He also performed 2 days ago at the team relay.
Yeah, did a great lap there. He's been chasing all the race in between two bunches. And here we have it's Tituan Karo this time, first in this uphill. It's been Viktor Koretsky for a couple of laps now, but now it's Tituan. Koretsky sitting straight on his wheel. This can be a great day for the French team, because in the women's race they have Pauline Ferrand-Prévot, and in the men's race they have the machine Julian Absalon, who is a really good climber and my main favorite for the men's elite race.
Yes, so far a good day here for the French.
Here we see Emil Linde trying to keep number 53, that's Simon Witsum behind him, but Witsum is a little bit stronger it seems now in the climb. Great race so far anyhow by Emil Linde. There's Jan Wassel up in the top 4 in the start in the first laps, but had some kind of technical problem, so he lost a lot of positions. It's hard to recover after a technical problem. You lose a little bit of motivation when you're out of contention for the medals.
Yes, as we saw George Egger from Germany fighting his way up there. Also did compete in the team relay the other day.
That's right.
And he is national champion in Germany.
So the riders, the front riders have passed the time split. 1.5 lap to go. Going down this little bit tricky technical section with Karo in front of Koretsky.
No problem there for the 29ers. And you can see that some of the rocks there are marked with being a bit spiked.
Yes, a little bit sharper, so they mark them to warn the riders.
And yesterday we saw some riders that accidentally still hit the sharp spots there, and a few of them tumbled over.
Yeah, and easy to get a puncture. So now they're going into this third climb into the woods. Tito Caro and glued to his wheel Viktor Koretsky. And then 1 minute and 30 seconds behind them is Marcel Gurini, now once again losing a little bit time. Maybe they have Tito One have opened up the gas a little bit more, trying to make it hard for Viktor Koretsky.
Yes, it'll be interesting to see which of the French riders here that has energy left with the laps to go.
Yeah, and here we have Martin Zetterberg here, still going strong. He's a real fighter. Maybe not the strongest climber, but super fast on the short track races and really technical.
Yes, and he certainly knows how to empty all his energy. He works at a local bike shop.
Yes, he works at a local bike shop. Really nice to talk to, and really nice riding with some of the local kids yesterday on the track. Even takes some time to do that. That's a great.
So he's among the riders not having any problem if he has a technical.
No. Ben Zweihoff, he is now 1 minute behind Marcel Gurini, losing second by second to the bronze medal contention. And another 45 seconds back to Zweihoff, we have Kolidani, Andreasen and Andri Freischknecht. Great ride so far by the Italian. Andreasen, as you know, had some problems in the start and never been able to fight with the French riders. So Karol and Koretsky still all together. Next time we see them is here at the Moose Lake, a small lake here in at the Huskvarna mountain.
Yes, one of the smallest lakes in northern Europe.
Yes, and in the winter they use that lake, the water in that lake, to make snow.
Yes,
fabric snow.
Exactly, they used it on the Ostrich Hill here to create a ski slope.
Yes.
But it's not every winter that they're able to do it.
No, it's this is the southern part of Sweden, so we have sometimes we have a little bit too warm winters to make snow. We see that Peter Fagerhaug is going strong back in the fields, taking positions. So now he has passed Emil Linde. So we have in the Scandinavian fight Simon Andreasen, Peter Fagerhaug and then Emil Linde. That's Kolidani, Andreasen and Frischknecht still together. We will have a fight for the 5th, 6th and 7th spot there, and then we have Milan Varer. Every time I see him he's just a couple of seconds back, but he have problems to close that gap, and you can see on his chart that he has been down on some part of the on the course.
Yes, he has been down, but he's not out and still fighting.
Still fighting. So now I can see the motorbike outside my window, so the riders will soon be down the fall of Fia and soon be hitting the finish straight.
Yes, and for every meter here on the track they're getting closer to some kind of action there with the two riders.
Yes, next lap is the last lap, so then we will see how this will unfold. Really exciting action now. Will it be Viktor Koretsky or Titouan Caro? Here's the motorbike. And soon we will have the two French riders passing here.
Yes, an electric motorbike, so it's really quiet. Almost as quiet as the bike racers.
Yes, and this is further back to field, going through the tech zone. And still together. This is so exciting. Really like this head-to-head racing. Titouan Caro, his not as famous as Viktor Koretsky, who has a great Palomares, but obviously super strong and obviously good enough to be in the French team and riding with bib number 3.
Yes, this is gonna come down to who had the best breakfast today.
Yes, I wonder what a French rider eats for breakfast. When I lived in France, I ate Cocoa Pops, warm milk. That's all.
Yes, and you're a strong rider, so I'm gonna switch to that. I'm gonna stop eating the oatmeal porridge that everyone has told me makes me stronger.
Yes. Try to talk to Koretsky afterwards to see what he ate for breakfast, and I will go on that. So 1 lap to go. Next time we will see them on the finish line, I guess they will have a little bit more gas.
Yes, reaching for maybe the last emergency gel there.
Yes, no gel though for Koretsky. Now this is going to be super intense last lap. When are they going to attack, or are they going to wait to the finish line? Who is the strongest climber? My
Yeah.
guess is that some of them, some will attack, and probably on the long climb up the Ostrich Hill.
On the ostrich hill. We'll see if that's where the race is decided, as they now turn down this hill through the rock garden and to the very end of the hill.
Yes, going up the switchback climb for the last time. Here's Marcel Gurini, going safe for 3rd place, and here we have an Italian rider having a problem with Shane. Tito Ancaro, Viktor Koretsky. Allez, allez, allez.
Yeah, the two French riders here accompanying each other so far, and of course Gureski in in 3rd place there. Gurini has the audience or the crowd as his company.
Caro and Koretsky. Caro is setting the pace, a high pace here, up the switchback climb for the last time.
And this is the last time they pass the top with Waffle House.
Yes. No time to stay for Waffle this time though. Hope they can enjoy it later this day. And here's Gurini. Probably feels good. This is the last lap, last time with all the pain in the legs for this day. Ben Svihoff has been riding in his 4th place for a long time now, and it looked like the riders behind him have problems to catch that gap. So Svihoff going for that 4th place, which is it's never fun to be on the 4th spot because you can't get any medals. But great race anyhow by Svihoff.
Yes, it's a bit of no man's country, of course, but as we mentioned before, this is the year of the Olympics, and the riders, of course, want to convince their nations that they deserve to go.
That's right, so you can get an extra treat going good here and getting an Olympic spot. Here's Gurini on the bottom of the switchback climb, and soon we will have the front 2 hitting the Ostrich Hill for the last time.
Yes, and the Ostrich Hill climb is the tougher climb here on the course, with a maximum degree of climbing at 21%.
Yes, and an average of 16%. So it definitely can be decisive. Gurini still have good speed, good pace. Grit his teeth a little bit, of course.
Yeah, still seems fresh enough at this part of the course. Get some cheers there from his colleagues in the Swiss team.
Yes, and here's the electric motorbike, and that means that we have Tito Ancaro and Viktor Koretsky going through the tech zone for the last time. It's still Caro hitting the pace, and Koretsky just follow.
Yes, and 2 big climbs to go here, with this next one across the Ostrich Hill being the tougher. So if anyone has a card to play, this might be the place.
Yes, this might be the place.
And remember also, anyone who has a card to play here, it would be nice if they do it on camera.
Yes, it would be great to do it on camera, not on the into the woods in the last climb. Well, we see here. Caro is pushing it, still no attack, but it's really high pace now by Tituan Caro. Koretsky still following though, and it seems to be pretty comfortable.
Yeah.
And now we want to see him coming out on the traverse through the ostrich hill. You see the crowds applauding them, and Koretsky passing here, going. This might be something, but looks like Caro can follow Koretsky so far.
They both certainly look a bit more tired now.
Absolutely. Let's see if they have something to give here in the steepest part. Standing up, pushing the pedals hard. He gets 1 meter. He gets 2 meters. That was an attack by Viktor Koretsky. Let's see what Caro can do. The gap is growing meter by meter. Yes, Koretsky is going super fast now uphill, and he's getting a couple of meters on Tituan when they hit the top of this long hill, but they have a downhill soon, so maybe Caro can take some seconds, but this looks really good for Viktor Koretsky.
Great stuff there from Koretsky, and he wants to be first down this next hill and try to be first up the last hill.
Yes, 5 seconds. 5 seconds for Koretsky to Caro. He took 5 seconds on the last couple of meters up the ostrich hill.
Yes, and thanks for making that move on the camera, Koretsky.
Yes, great work. All for the audience. 5 seconds. Now it will be really interesting to see. Next time we see them is down the technical section.
Yes, let's hope that we see them down the downhill course.
Yes, it would be great. Here's Emil Linde fighting to be the best Swede of today, in top 15 position maybe. And Koretsky is still on the lead, passing the beer tent, going down the technical section here before hitting the downhill course.
Yeah,
probably took a lot of energy, but it even took even more energy for Tituan. Where's Tituan? There he is. There he is. He hasn't been able to close the gap, and it looks like maybe a couple of more seconds. He was 5 seconds on the top.
Great racing right now here in Huskvarna, Sweden, the European Championships.
Yes, and here we have Viktor Koretsky on the downhill course. Great to see him here, taking that left turn, and now he only have 1 hill to go. And yes, the gap has grown. What can Tito do? It's not that much. It's around 5-6 seconds. So if Tituan can find something extra here on the last climb, we might see them together once again, passing the Moose Lake and then going down the fall of Fia.
Exactly. If Tituan Caro has any ship's legs, it's time to use them.
Yes, it's time to use the ship's legs. The grade higher than diamond legs. Martin Zetterberg is going to be awarded by another lap on this course. Not even close to be lapped. Great riding by Martin here today.
Yes, a great effort for him.
Gurini is still safe on 3rd place, and he has Zweihof, maybe? No, it wasn't Zweihof, it was another German. Zweihof is further up the hill.
Yes, that was Lukas Schwarzbauer.
Lukas Schwarzbauer fighting for a top 10 position. That was Martin Blooms and Petter Fagerhaug. Petter Fagerhaug has gone fast last laps. Also him fighting for a top 10 position here in Huskvarna. Here's Gurini. He's a couple of minutes back on the leading 2, but he's looking safe in his to get his bronze medal. Of course, You can have a technical, you can crash bad, but this course isn't that super technical, so you should be able to stay on the bike. So it should be a fair end of this, and there's not a lot of sharp rocks either or big drops, so you shouldn't have any punctures.
No, this course definitely is suited for the climbers.
Gurini going down the downhill course, last time up.
Yeah, still a strong ride from him. Riding on his own there in third place for a lot of laps.
Yeah, he has been riding on his own since lap 1,
Yes,
setting his own pace.
exactly. Hopefully not feeling alone anyway, with the crowds cheering him on.
Yes, and certainly getting the time gaps by his team managers. Here we have Martin, last time up the switchback climb, trying to catch that Dane in front of him. And it's going to be really, really intense and interesting now to see if Koretsky has got another seconds to Caro, or if they are together again. It looked like, of course, that Koretsky was the strongest one, but he put in there is Koretsky, and he got the gap has grown.
The gap has grown on the last uphill here, and he will get into the single track behind the arena. Well, how about that?
How about that?
And here's number 53, Jorok Salzman from Austria.
And there's Caro, and he's 20 seconds back. So it looks really, really, really good now for Viktor Koretsky if he can stay on the bike the last couple of meters here. He now go into a short single track section with some nice single track, a pump corner, and then he go down the full of FIA, and then he's almost on the finish straight.
Yes, it will take a lot to lose that 20 seconds. It would have to be a technical or a big fall.
Yeah, that's right. So Viktor Koretsky, he made his move on the steepest part on the ostrich hill.
Yes.
Got a couple of meters, looked back, he saw that Tito Akaro was losing some time, and then he attacked.
Yes, and of course he had some ship's legs left to use on the last climb up there, making even more time.
Yes. And just in a few moments we will see him going down the fall of FIA. Here he goes. Here we have Viktor Koretsky. Really great riding. Last year's silver medal at the World Under 23 Championship. And now he will go for the gold medal in the Under 23 European Championship.
Great start to the day for the French riders and France, of course.
Yes, and great start of the day for Koretsky. And here's Titouan. Caro couldn't follow Koretsky on the last climb, but he has done a really, really good job here today, of course, leading out the start loop and then just kept on pushing. It was him that made the race and made the splits.
Yes, he finished 19th place last time at the World Championship.
So this is a big progress from him.
Yeah.
But here we have Viktor Koretsky. Félicitations. Très bien.
That's nice.
Doing a one-handed wheelie over the finish line.
Up the hill.
Up the hill. Yeah, he made it.
He made it. Nice. Big congratulations to Viktor Koretsky.
I guess that was for the crowds. Amazing race by Koretsky, doing it all right. Waited until the last lap and then attacked on the ostrich hill. And here we have Titouan Caro,
who early on set the pace and really made this race what it became.
Yes, sipped his nice French jersey and seems to be really happy with his silver medal, of course.
Happy
Great
teammates.
to see the teammates, yes. Thank you for the show today, guys. Great race. You see that Caro on his full suspension bike and Koretsky on a hardtail bike today.
Yeah, they're now discussing what they ate for breakfast, I guess.
Yes, I had a baguette and some brie, maybe.
Oh, you should have had another coffee.
Yes.
I told you.
Of course, very happy. The French team managers really successful so far this championship, and with Absalon and Pauline Ferrand-Poirot still to go, we can have some more medals for the French team. We're now waiting for Marcel Gurini.
With probably another medal for the Swiss team.
Yes, it really looks like it. Gurini was 7th place in the World Championship for under 23 last year, and this time he's a little bit higher up in the ranking. 3rd place here, Marcel Gurini. Then this will be his 2nd medal this championship, taking the gold medal in the cross-country relay a couple of days ago. So it's clear that we have two nations that are dominating the cross-country scene here in Europe. It's France and Switzerland, with a lot of medals in the under 23 and junior competitions.
Yes, and as I told you viewers yesterday, they are both staying at the same hotel here in Huskvarna and Jönköping. So if you want a great start to a weekend here, let me know and I'll get you the name of that hotel.
Yes, the hotel for the champions, it seems like. Marcel Gurini, last couple of meters for him today and in this championship. Seems to be glad with his 3rd place too.
Great ride from him too.
Great ride. Doesn't even seem tired. Maybe he could quote the French riders, but he was happy with the bronze medal. Ben Zweihoff, another rider who has made this really good today. Last turns for him too. A couple of minutes back to Gurini, but he kept the chasing pack of Andreasen, Frischknecht, Weider and Korandi well behind him.
So Ben Zweihoff coming in here for finish straight soon.
And now we soon have the quartet of Weider, Andreasen, Corini and Frischknecht going down the Fall of Fia. So I guess we will have a nice sprint here really soon. I see them outside my window. They went down Fall of Fia, and soon we have them on the finish straight. So let's see if you have a good sprint here.
Yes.
But first we have Ben Zweihoff.
Fourth place for him, thanking the crowds here.
Yes.
It's a nice gesture.
Yes, a really nice gesture. It means a lot for the kids, I guess, and even for some grown-ups, it looks like.
And we even have a wheelie there for fourth place.
Yes, not as sharp as Koretsky, but still a nice wheelie by Zweihoff.
Yes.
And now we want. Soon we have the finish, the sprint for the 5th, 6th, and 7th place, and it looks like it's Milan Weider, Simon Andreasen pushing it all down his pedals.
Andreasen
taking 5th place. Weider a little bit disappointed, but still a great race by Weider. He's been down once and he's been chasing these 4 riders a long time, taking 4th place, and he really took out all there in the last sprint.
Yes, he has had to come back a couple of times during this race, and Andreasen too. What a good comeback after that slow start.
Yes, really shame for him, but he made it up to 5th place. He have a couple of years. This is his first year as a under 23 rider, so he will come back to World Championships and European Championships a lot of times, probably making life hard for the other riders.
Yes, he might be able to break that French and Swiss army one day.
Yes, I definitely think that. Then here's the fight for 9th and 10th place. Every positions count. That's Luca Schwarzbauer and Maciej Prudek. Whoa, falling down in the goal area. Oh yeah, you can see these riders have pushed all that they have. I like this when they are so tired. Fagerhaug seems to be the best Norwegian. I saw his jersey there. And soon we will have, I hope, there's Emelinde going down full of FIA, and he will soon be on the finish straight. Here's the Latvian rider, Martin Blooms.
Great ride from him too.
Great ride by Martin. Impressive by the Latvian rider. Didn't know much about him before, but he was strong in the start and kept it together. So here's we have another Swiss rider fighting for 14th place. We have Bertolini and then Witsum, and soon we have the first Swede on the line, Emelinde. Yes, here's Emelinde. The best Swede of the day, great riding by Emelinde. He has won a gold medal from this championship already, and now he takes 16th place. That's really good by Emil. Great riding, good to have some Swedes up there.
Definitely. Happy to reach the goal there.
Yeah, and you have to mention Roman Siegel also. He was running uphill in the first lap on the switchback climb, and that's a long way to go to the tech zone. Still ending in 15th place, so he might have been up there if he hadn't had that technical.
Impressive ride.
But that's the sport. You never know if you don't if you have a bad luck or hit a stone on the wrong way, or just bad luck. You can have some technicals, and then your day is over.
Yes, and we saw the first Spanish rider there, Giuseppe Duran, in the typically Spanish helmets cat-like.
Yeah. Then we have Manuel Fasnacht, another Swiss rider. And we also have Jonas Lindberg, the Danish guy, as the second Dane here today. It's nice to see 4 Scandinavians top 20.
Yes, it's hopeful.
It's hopeful, and the mountain bike is growing all the time here in Scandinavia.
And maybe this European Championship can help that, of course.
Absolutely. I'm used to tell my people who ask about the mountain bike sport in Jönköping that when I started riding here 6 years ago with Halby, I think there were me and just 10-15 other riders, including kids. And now when Halby train, they are 150 riders each training. 150 kids. That's incredible, what a progression for Halby. And it's the same with IK Hakams Pojkarna, the other big mountain bike club here in Jönköping, who had great progression and a lot of riders in different age classes. Martin Frey, number 21 here today. And then we had another Swiss rider, and in front of him was Jakub Sanorczak from Poland. Still a lot of riders out there. They were 71 starting this race. Probably we have some DNFs, and some who has got lapped, but still a lot of riders out on the course battling to pass the finish line. Some sprint here. It's always good to see them sprinting, even if there's not for top positions. This is the Russian and a Dane. That's Sebastian Fini Karstensen.
Wow,
Sebastian, the winner of this sprint and the winner of the first World Cup leg for men under 23 in Cairns, but probably not the best day for him here today, suffering a lot on the climbs. Yes, we will take some riders more across the finish line, and then me and Marcus will take a little break.
Yes.
We will be back for the award ceremony, and later on one of the diamonds for today, the women's race.
Yes, definitely. I can't believe the riders we have here today.
No, we have an incredible strong lineup for the women's race, and we will talk more about that later. And if you want to know more about the lineups and get other news, you can go on to our website, euromtb.com.
So stay with us here for the award ceremony. Thanks for listening or watching so far. My
And
name is Marcus Karlholt.
my name is Gustav Vass, and what a great way to end this broadcasting to take Martin Zetterberg into 34th place. That was a really impressive ride by Martin. Great ride, Martin, and we'll be back in a couple of minutes for the award ceremony. Thank you.